What's good, racing world? This is Matt Dobbs, aka Mr. Matt Racing, here to bring you a new edition of Fast Friday. Now this week, I gotta tell you, we're gonna be in for a heck of a good time as NASCAR goes to Talladega for one of my favorite forms of racing, restrictor plate racing. 40 cars all together in one big pack, drafting at 190 plus miles an hour, and not to mention, first to last, separated by no more than 2 seconds. And the best part is, anybody could win. Let's get right down to it. The trucks will be back at Texas next week, but in the meantime, the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series and the Cup Series will be in action at the sport's largest oval. Now, starting off, we have the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. Since the 2022 season in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, restrictor plate racing has pretty much been dubbed as the Childress Racing Invitational. No matter we go to Talladega, Daytona, or Atlanta, Austin Hill, and whether if his teammate was Sheldon Creed or Jesse Love at the time, they would always be the two dominant forces up at the head of the pack, controlling everything, dominating, leading the most laps, and seemingly the only thing that would ever stop them from winning will be mechanical failure. Now with that being said, for this weekend at Talladega, those two are the favorites once again. Jesse Love, Austin Hill, I expect them to dominate the race again, control the race from start to finish, and be in it for the end when it matters most. Now, as far as a long shot for the race, I'm probably going to look at Viking Motorsport. Anthony Alfredo, Parker Retzlaff. Those two have been running pretty good this season for the equipment that they're given. Haven't necessarily been finishing it off as of late, especially in Alfredo's case, but they've been showing some speed. And plus, Alfredo and Retzlaff are actually pretty decent at restrictor plate racing. I mean, heck, Alfredo led laps at Talladega in the Cup race a year ago. So it wouldn't surprise me one bit to see the 96 and the 99 up front duking it out. Now, if I really want to make it interesting, I would say this ban that this series has had since 2014 on locking bumpers, I would get rid of it entirely. These guys are trying to go to the Cup Series. And I don't think they're going to learn as much in this series when you can't lock bumpers like the Cup cars can. You need to be able to learn how to push the car in front of you without upsetting the car in front of you and getting it loose or setting off a wreck. I get it. You're trying to avoid wrecks that way, but it's Talladega. It's going to happen regardless. And plus, last time I checked, this isn't 2004 with a Gen 4 car. Let them push each other. The ban has played its course for far too long. Now let's go to the Cup Series. This is where it gets really interesting. This week, NASCAR changed the stage lengths for Talladega. It'll be 98, 45, and 45. This seems to be an effort to stop the fuel-saving measures taken by all these Cup teams with the next-gen car at restrictor plate tracks. Do I think it'll work? Possibly. But as I mentioned in my most recent short that I uploaded, it probably won't work for stage 3. Because the average fuel window at these plate tracks is about 40 to 44 laps. Which means teams are still going to find a way to save fuel because they're going to be thinking about the green-white checkers. CNC Time-Lapse says, they need to forget everything they know about this car. They are too perfect now. Got a point there. Because there's no reason why we should be saving fuel for an entire green flag run in any capacity, let alone at a restrictor plate track. Which, luckily, we may have some answers soon because NASCAR announced recently that preseason thunder at Daytona is returning in January of 2027. So we're going to get some off-season testing, finally, after 15 years of it being away. So I'm looking forward to that one. And I appreciate the comment, by the way. That's definitely a good point. Now, who do I look at as the favorites? That's going to be a tough one, obviously. Ford runs really good at the plate tracks in the Cup Series. So I may be looking at Team Penske to be potential favorites. Austin Cindric knows how to get the job done as 2 of his 3 career wins have come on the plate tracks. Ryan Blaney loves photo finishes at Talladega. And Joey Logano, he hasn't forgotten how to do it. It's just the finishes haven't been there for Logano lately. But with his aggressive nature and ability to control the pack, watch for Logano to be a factor too. And when it comes to long shots, I'm staying in the Ford camp for this one. Front Row Motorsports, Todd Gilliland, Zane Smith. Gilliland has been sneaky good and becoming less sneaky at that. But again, Gilliland just hasn't had the finishes to show for it, but he's shown he can lead laps at the restrictor plate tracks. As for Zane Smith, Smith's getting better everywhere in the Cup Series. I thought he was rushed up at first, but he's definitely proving wrong, and he might take that Aaron's Dream Machine to a really solid finish this week. But I want to know what you think. Who do you see as a favorite at Talladega? Which organization do you think will control the race the best? And most importantly, how do you think the new stages are going to affect the fuel strategy? Let me know down in the comments below. While you're at it, leave a like, share this video, subscribe for more content, totally free. It would definitely help out. Greatly appreciate it. And don't forget to hit that little bell that notifies you when I upload. And stay tuned for Time Trial Tuesday as I recap one of the wildest weekends of the season. Until then, see you on the road.